Welcome to the Now We Go podcast. Big Uncle Zach Maslany. I'm back from the epicenter of the coronavirus, Florida, and I'm alive, guys. I don't know if you guys thought I was coming back in a body bag, but it's going to take a lot more to kill me. I'm here with my partner in crime, J.M. Holland.
What's up?
What's up? Beautiful shades. Are those Oakleys, right?
Yeah, you're custom.
Nice.
Whoa.
And the man himself, Mike Fauerbach. The reason we get to do this podcast.
What's up, guys?
Because of all your hard work.
Thanks,
bro.
Mike.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Glad to be back. Sorry we missed last week. I was on a little vacation down in Florida. That's like the reason why I said epicenter is like 5 dudes who I mentioned I was going to Florida said, "Oh, dude, you're going to the epicenter?" I'm like, "You watch CNN." So. It was fine down there. Like I'll give you a quick breakdown. We were all over the place. We went to stayed in Cocoa Beach. Not a lot of people visiting Cocoa Beach right now, but the plane was packed. There was a lot of shit going on. There was a lot of movement. Some people wearing masks. A lot of people not giving a crap about the masks. Cocoa Beach was when we went to we stayed in a place that was right next to the beach. When we went to the beach, it was me, Kat, and 2 other people, and the other guy was fishing. So I was just watching him fish. And there was no one else on the beach. It was beautiful. So that part of social distancing, I'm cool with. Stores were kind of like hit and miss. If you went into like a CVS, they try to still make you wear a mask. If you went to like a bar, we went to that one bar that we went to last time. What was that? I have no idea what it was called, but it's like an outside, beach bar or something like that in Florida. And no one was wearing masks. There was a bunch of people in there. It was cool. It was nice to be able to sit inside restaurants and just seem like things were normal there. And taught a seminar down at shout out to Frank Dukes, Off the Grid BJJ. If you want to get someone, if you need to get a body buried or you need a machine gun, talk to Frank Dukes if you're in the Cocoa Beach area. And it was cool. Got to roll with Bill the Grill Cooper. That was dope. Always looked up to him, watching him, compete back in the day. He's a beast. A bunch of guys were down there. It was really cool. It was supposed to be like I was just going to come in, teach a quick class, roll 1 or 2 rounds and get out. And then it turned into like it turned into like an hour and a half discussion, besides the class that I taught. And then everybody's, turned into like a war zone in there. It was awesome. These black belts came from they figured maybe just because I was there was going to be other dudes there too. And it was going to be good rounds. So a lot of people drove it a couple hours. Like Spencer and a couple, Chris Crawford and I forget what the girl's name that he brought. They drove up from like Tampa and stuff, so that was dope. So it was dope. It was guys were going at it. It was sweet. And then almost threw up afterwards. That was dope. It was a great week. We went to one thing. I will say though, in the Orlando area, it's a lot more mask heavy out there. Like Disney World, they're like liability the fuck out. You basically have to like get a fingerprint, get a butthole check to get into Disney World, but it's not worth it. We went to the one free area, Disney Springs, where you could just walk around. And, dude, it was like 1,000 degrees outside and people are just straight up wearing masks outside. It's crazy.
Fuck that.
Way too hot.
A friend of mine wants to go to Hawaii, and he was like, I don't want to go to Hawaii and wear masks and not do what I would have done in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Why the fuck
just go.
I would say just go, because even when we went to Cocoa Beach, like if you're just on your own, like if you just are in a spot in
he's
Hawaii,
afraid like things wouldn't be open that normally are. You know what I mean? Like he's afraid he's not going to get the whole experience.
Yeah, I think in Hawaii things will be open.
Yeah,
people talk them shit out of stuff all the time, and now like all these trips are canceled and stuff. Everyone's like, "You're so lucky you got to go to Greece and Iceland when you did." I'm like, "No, it's not lucky. I just did it because I'm not a scared little bitch." You know what I mean? You're fucking scared.
Well, I'll tell you what, too. It was I thought the plane was going to be totally socially distanced out. Like people are going to have to be like.
It doesn't, dude.
Yeah. Well,
this whole thing was just clown shoes.
I know it makes no sense to me, but I'm saying I thought it was going to be like that because they're like, stay away from everybody, stay away, wear a mask. But then you get on the plane, you're sitting right next to the fucking guy breathing all the same air, so it really doesn't matter. It's so stupid. Like the smoking section and the non-smoking section on the plane. I don't know what comedian that was like. It's on a fucking tube. You're flying through the air in a tube. What does it matter? You're inhaling the same shit. But anyways, we were sitting next to a woman now that had to be in her 90s. Like it was me, my wife, and then some 90-year-old woman. She was just like, she had a mask on, but there were other people like with fucking like, visors and shit and like. But there were a lot of people
what
just.
What the fuck was that noise? That was funny. What the fuck was that?
But I mean, other
all
than
good.
that, though, honestly, it wasn't that much of a hassle. Besides if you don't want to go to an outside place that requires mask, you don't have to go. Like they're not gonna in Hawaii, they're not gonna be like, hey, come to the Blue Lagoon, but wear a mask.
Yeah.
You'd be like, fuck you, dude. I'm not wearing that shit. I'll go to the area that doesn't, like the beach. They didn't say like wear masks or anything. No one cared about that. Like Cocoa Beach, I imagine would be like more like Hawaii, where it's kind of like, unless you're trying to go to like Senor Frogs or something, you know. Maybe
If you're going,
is that a place?
If
I
you're
don't know.
going, if you're going to
It's a good time.
dumb places to do stuff,
Yeah.
and you get corona, it's your fault. Like my you know, I'm having a baby soon, so like people are like telling me I got to get this shot for whatever, and they're like, do you have a doctor? I'm like, no, and they're like, well, you can just go to patient first and get a whooping cough shot. I'm like, I'm not gonna go to a place where everyone with corona is gonna get. You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, that's so stupid. I will do physical harm to someone that's coming at me with a corona vaccine. I will fucking hurt somebody. If anyone's trying to be like, not a big deal, we're just gonna vaccinate your son for corona, I will fucking hurt you. Like, I'll go to jail over that.
Even there's no way they don't. But also too, like people don't think things through, and they're like, well, if you're coming from, they were saying in Jersey, there's some crazy thing. Trump was gonna not abide by it. Now he's not going there or something, because they said if you fly in from like Florida or Texas to New Jersey, they force you to quarantine yourself for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've been hearing that now too.
Yeah, I've been hearing that by people saying it and them saying stuff. But let me ask you a question.
Same people who say the numbers are up.
Yeah, but also let me ask you a question. Who's stopping me from going out? Like, are the cops going to sit outside my fucking house and detail me because I went to Florida? I don't think that's happening. Are they going to try to track my phone? Yeah, I'll leave it home and get a flip phone.
Yeah,
I'll get a
I'm
burner
thinking
and
about
just
that,
cruise
seriously.
around.
Like
Yeah.
getting rid of my iPhone because the COVID tracking is.
I'm going to keep the iPhone, but you got to get a burner, dude. I just want to say burner, but
Yeah.
is that that's what they call it, right?
Yeah.
Or I'll get a pager. I'll go back to the pager, and you'll just have to hit me on the hip. Be like, yo, what is it? Boobless? Remember, you could put in like.
We'll just get into the phone
800.
business.
Yeah.
Boobies.
Finishers phones, yeah. Because, dude.
8008135.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking of. Because people would just send that to me on my. I'd be like in the middle of something, like, hold on, I'm getting a page. I'd be like, huh, interesting.
I spent
Someone
so much
sent me
money on a
boobs.
pager and no one ever paged me.
I had the Nokia one, but my dad would always be like,
Never.
if you have a pager,
None of
you're
my
a drug
friends-
dealer or a high-class business guy, and you're neither of those.
Yeah.
So get rid of it.
None of my friends had phones.
Joke's on you,
at that
Dad.
age.
On both those things. On both of those things.
Like that, I did get my dad a couple of times with that when I would be like, there were two friends would come over and we'd be sitting down. Oh, we're just gonna play some video games, and we'd be like, actually, we'd go to leave, and we'd be like, actually, we're just gonna, go over to, and we would all say we're sleeping at someone else's place, or we would have the made up name guy that we used back in the day was Jason Beasley, was just a name we came up with. And we'd be like, oh, we're going over to Beasley's house, or even Steve started calling him Beezer. It's like total fake name. But I'd have a book bag on full of like whatever, beers and some weed or something. And my dad would be like, hey, what do you got in the bag? And I'd just look at him and be like, drugs and alcohol. And he'd be like, yeah, right. Like, got him.
That's a good move, yeah.
Got him.
Just go with the
Just
truth.
walk right out the door.
I went to the beach with friends. I would have never been allowed. We drove down in the back of a pickup truck.
Ooh, that would totally not be.
No. So I was like, hey, I'm going over to Paul's house. And Paul never calls me. And when I was on the trip, he called.
Dumb.
Yeah,
And then
that's
he-
weird, right?
And then he calls. I'm trying to think what it was back then because we didn't have phones. But then I think when I got home, I talked to him and he's like, well, why didn't you tell me? And I'm like, you never call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caught.
Yeah, that-
they didn't give me a lot of shit for it, but I was definitely caught.
Yeah, we pulled that a bunch of times. But yeah, I'm not, dude. That's what I'm saying though. Who's checking? Who's checking on
No
me?
one.
Like
They
I got to
make you
go
stay
back to
there.
work. Like
Who knows
you're not
if
going to
that's even
stop me.
true? It's just hearsay, rumor shit.
It's
Well,
fear
yeah.
porn. It's just to make you scared and live your little hermit life without, you got to break out of that, man. It's not good.
Yeah, I mean the school's pumping, dude. We're getting leads out the anus. Other schools aren't even open yet, and we're just.
You said there was
signing
people
up.
here that were scared to just even be here.
Yeah.
That just in the basement.
Yep.
That's crazy. I don't know. I was telling Hillary's family about how Michelle Obama was a man yesterday. I'm red pilling the shit out of everyone I can.
It takes a while. You just
Everybody
got to
that can.
keep working them. You
Yep.
just got to keep working them.
They're like, that's impossible. What about his kids? I'm like, his kids ain't his.
Yeah.
There's whole videos on it. You can go YouTube it right now.
Yeah.
People don't even want to look. Because if
they
they,
don't.
it's a chore knowing stuff. It's a chore knowing how fucked up shit is right now.
I started looking into videos yesterday, and you sent it to me at the end of the night, and it was a video on the entire Chris Delia, whatever.
You know his name is Delia, yeah. You know his fucking name.
Well, he doesn't know how to
thing,
say it.
that whole thing, and that was interesting to get into that. But that was my first real dip into being like, oh, there's some cool videos on YouTube that really explain some shit.
Yeah, remember we were talking about this when we started this podcast? Yeah. Remember we were talking? JM's a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
He's a
take
fucking
it back.
idiot.
Now we can actually do a flashback.
No, we could go back and look.
I never said you were
and
an
it's
idiot.
all coming down. There's whatever you think
it.
Hollywood is, that's me.
Yeah, that's what he said.
How much would they have to pay you to make a video defending Hollywood and its pedophilia problem?
Yeah, you're right, because you were early on of the podcast being like, no, it's just all pedophiles.
Dude.
And then I guess when it hits home for people, like I have friends who are huge
it's
fans. It's
right in your face. You're just not looking. You go on Instagram and I send GIFs on my messengers apps and stuff. It's all black gay shit on my Instagram GIFs. It's all effeminate black dudes like doing gay shit on. I mean, nothing wrong with it. I have gay students. I love gay people. Not really, but like not love gay people. But
you know
I'm getting in trouble. Myself in trouble.
You know what he means? It's weird that like if you were a kid, think about that.
They're pushing it to the children.
Yeah.
All the little kid shit and like these Fortnite dances and all this shit is it's working on your kids. They're like inch by inch in your kids. And then by the time,
think about how, we're about to go down the rabbit hole here, but think about how Hollywood, how crazy it is with all the stuff with black guys that they came after and how they make them all wear
dresses
and women's clothes. Like they're trying to degrade African-American men that are lead characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people are like, "Oh, dude, you're crazy. Go back and look at the." Yeah. I mean, the guys who were or that have actually come out against it. Look what shit happened to him. Martin Lawrence, he went crazy. Cat Williams, he went crazy. All the guys then eventually go crazy, and then they're gone for a while, and then they come back, and then now Martin Lawrence is doing another Bad Boys thing. But for a while there, they had to check him.
They towed the line and then they let them have it. They spanked them in front of everybody. That's how that goes. The devil just spanks you right in front of everyone.
Once you start saying some shit they don't like hearing.
Yeah, it's important to be off the. Oh, and they tried with Joe and Joey Diaz and
that doesn't seem to make a.
They're trying to cancel everybody.
No, I don't think that's over yet though. I don't think.
No.
Dude, you saw that video, that other one, the Chris D'Elia one, where they start showing him, and then they like. Brian Callen, like I love Brian Callen, but
he's the one who brought him into the game.
There's some
Callen is the one.
And Schaub, I mean, they touched on Schaub a little bit where they showed some DMs that he was saying to other people or to girls, and then when they opened
Schaub
the Callen,
did?
and then they touched on him very lightly. They didn't have a lot on that. But then when they started showing Callen and his like eyes wide shut sex parties, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Listen, man, if you're allowed to have eyes wide shut sex parties.
I'm not saying that.
If every man that I've met has shit that they wouldn't be proud of to admit to an entire world full of people, like there's nobody out here that's perfect. You're gonna be able to find something on everyone, but it's when you're, kids, you can't fuck with kids. That's what, like I was sharing something where a teacher in Ohio that is like a serial molester, 28 kids or something like that, did 8 years in prison.
Yeah, I saw you
and they're
posted
like,
that.
They'll just kill him in prison. I'm like, you don't know that.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna handle that. That's the example we're setting. We're gonna send him to jail for 8 years. If he dies in jail, so what? But I hear most of those guys that go to like pedos that go to jail, they get separated right away. Protective custody.
Yeah, I mean,
with other pedos.
It's not a movie.
Right.
And then that's the thing. They talked about
jail.
that. Then they start meeting these other pedophiles, and then when they get out, they exchange emails and fucking pictures and all types of crazy shit.
Pedophile is like a strong word. Like Dalia is like, they grooming like the younger girls, like 16, 17.
But dude, we've known other people who have done that in other communities.
I know people right now that are doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not my business to say.
Yeah.
Be careful. You know what I mean? It's not illegal unless I guess the girl or the family says something. You know what I mean? Where's these kids' parents?
Yeah, because
there's tons of kids without parents.
Do you think he can save his career at this point?
No, he's done.
I don't think a stand-up's good enough.
That's a wrap.
Like with the Louis C.K. stuff, when they were saying it in the video, it was either that one or another one where they were like, Louis C.K. at least had people that were like, his stand-up's still good. Where this seems like, because it's such a younger generation he had as fans, that he seems fucked.
Whatever situation's going on with that, like, you know, whether because I saw another thing that said he's about to come out on his podcast.
Yeah, I heard that. But Andrew Schultz is like, why is it taking
good.
you?
Well, I hope he does. I hope he's not.
He had some emails.
You
that
shouldn't
were
be.
the rest of the
You shouldn't be. Sorry.
No.
Go ahead.
He had some emails that were the rest of the conversations.
Oh, good.
That, like, was other shit.
I mean, we don't even know what's happening yet.
But that's what's fucked up is everybody's just all in. Get him. Fuck you, man. Like, there's not any proof.
Hey, man, he might be like the guy that ruins cancel culture forever. He might come out and just fucking hit him with evidence and just be like, nope, not guilty.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, I guess he's not guilty.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, I know if something was going on like that with me and like someone was like saying like this, he does this or whatever, I would just like, you adamantly deny, like, you know, someone accuses you of having sex with someone you never had sex with. Dave Chappelle has a joke like that. He talks about it. He's like, you're like, I never fucking touched that girl. You know what I mean? That makes you so mad.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm looking, you know who does a really good job of not that situation, but of just calling people out that call them out is Gordon Ryan. Like, anytime someone tries to bust his ass or like get him on something, he'll like screenshot your shit and be like, yo, actually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're the piece of shit because of this.
That's what happens.
So fuck you.
When you try to
defend yourself.
No,
or,
when you accuse someone of something, you're actually showing everyone that that's what you're up to. Like,
that happens so many
that
times.
happens a lot.
Yeah.
Usually when you're like that, you know, usually that's what you are.
Yeah. Well, how many dudes in, you know, how many guys were like homophobic and saying all that crazy shit, and then they turned out to be gay.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, why did you?
Yeah.
Just, no one would have give a fuck, dude, if you would have just been cool about it. But you're ruining everybody's lives and fucking with people's lives.
No one has anything to live for. So what they do is they try to tear down everything good that everyone else is doing.
I guess is
It's
that people's
like,
problems,
dude? Yeah, people's lives are shit. That's what it is. They're
or they're
fucking
just jealous, or
peanut butter and jealous, dude.
yeah. I don't even have the time to be dealing with other people like that. I don't have time to be. I mean, I guess there's a line between standing up for people, but I mean, a lot of this shit is just like none of my business. A lot of this stuff that happens around, like if I know that someone's like bad or someone's not good or has a questionable past, I'm not going to go out of my way to like cancel the guy. I just don't want him in my, you're out. You know what I mean? I don't want him anywhere near. There's tons of people that still hit me up that either, you know, who knows, they were from either my past or from like used to train with us or whatever, and then they want to kind of come back. And I'm like, man, you know what? Do I want the headache? You know, no, because it could put me at risk.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I just don't even want to deal with it. But the whole Chris D'Elia shit's pretty nuts, dude. It was like, you know, I thought he was funny. Some people are like, he was never funny. Like, dude,
He's funny.
Yeah, he's funny, and he's not just. I never really even watched his stand up. I thought just him appearing on those guys' podcasts was the funniest part.
He's definitely funny, and what he did from Vine all the way up to, you know, leaving a social media platform, bringing it over, like doing like the fact of how much apparel he was moving.
Yeah, it was crazy,
fucking,
and it was stupid. A lot of it,
all of it was terrible.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. But it's
Like,
but that's the thing though, is like, you know how hard it is to do that. And that's where I think a lot of people will shit on you, because they either don't want to try because they're afraid of failing, or they're just like that's their, oh, well, I would do it this way. Well, then why don't you do it that way?
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not defending him because I'm saying he was funny. I'm just saying
I don't know. I don't know everything to it. I talked to a friend.
Yeah.
He's a talented guy for sure.
Yeah. I talked to a friend who was like a big fan, and she started telling me a little bit more than what I knew, and like talking more about like the hotel stuff. But it's like, I don't know, if the girls are of age, what do you think Motley fucking
19,
Crue was
21,
doing? The
that's
one
their
girl
business.
complained because she was 21 and was like, hey, it was so crazy. He tried to get me up to his room to get a blowjob. And I'm like, well, what did you think would happen? Like,
No shit.
You guys would hug, have a coffee, and then be best friends.
Yeah,
and
come on.
He'd keep in touch with you on the road. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one Lloyd Banks line when he's like, "Yeah,
You're a misogynist, Mike Fauerbach.
Remember that?
Call me what
You like to have
want.
sex with women, dude. You fucking piece of shit.
That one Lloyd Banks line
I
where
wish
he's like,
they wanted
yeah.
to have sex with me.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, you be all right.
Yeah, F fans,
Gotta
your
get it.
favorite rapper does too. You know? Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
They all do. Anyone I mean, dude, not to bring this up, but we know a lot of, I mean, dude, more than I can count on my hands of martial arts instructors who have totally took advantage
it's
of.
every single.
You know what I mean?
It's
Kids.
why you get good at stuff. You
Teachers.
get good at stuff so you can be attractive to the opposite sex.
Teachers,
That's why you get good at shit.
Professional athletes, anyone, anything. Look, dude, I remember we were talking about starters when we used to go over to starters, and the Philadelphia Eagles used to be there. I knew the one guy. He's a he owns the Bayou now. Shout out to the Bayou. He was a bartender over there, and I would go over sometimes when I was single, just by myself, and just sit there and like have a couple Red Bull doubles and vodkas with my boy Chris, and me and him would just watch like the way that the girls would come up there, stand, and dude. They got in trouble a bunch of times for having girls and kids underage inside starters. And girls would come up there, literally stand outside, and McNabb and all these guys who were married, they would be like, you know what I mean? They would bring girls in and they would hang out and drink, and who the fuck knows what was going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Go.
But nowadays, though, with the phones and social media, and that there was a couple things though on Delia, and then we can leave it go. One was that one video is funny when he finds out Snapchat can be.
Yikes.
He's like, wait, how did he's like, oh yeah.
He was like, fuck. That went viral too. It didn't help that he played pedophiles and
there's a line. There's being a ladies' man and you're kind of greasy with women. It's acceptable. That's part of it.
Yeah.
You as a woman, right, are responsible for your fucking shit. It's different when someone tries to put their hands on you or like rape or some shit or drugs you.
Then we got.
Or if you're underage, you should know better to not play in those waters. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying, guys. That's the problem. Is dudes are taking advantage. I mean, girls do that too. The young guys. But I'm saying people are taking, whatever the sex of the person is, they're taking advantage of the younger person because they know they can, because they look up to them. But that's where we always say the parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how many dudes, like, yo, you're letting your 16-year-old daughter hang out with that guy by themselves?
Yeah, he's 35.
And it's just them two. Like, it just gets into weird situations where you're wondering what's up with the parents. You know what I mean? So weird. Also, Chris D'Elia, people have said this to me. No idea what this means. His father owns Hollywood. What does that mean?
He comes from a large. It's funny because Jesse said that.
I know, but I don't know what it means.
His father is an extremely well-known producer or something in Hollywood. So like he came from like a fuck ton of money and power and like.
Dude, the whole kind of Hollywood in general is that's why people go to Hollywood.
Yeah,
like that's why you go to Hollywood, so you can have. You're the
he's like, whatever Hollywood is, that's me. Yeah. All right? I'm that. Whatever you think it is, I'm that. Cut to like weeks later.
Yikes, dude.
I don't think it has any.
Did they pay him to say that?
His dad being famous doesn't have anything to do with any of this.
Well, yeah, it does. If when he was a kid, because his dad was famous, he got molested and fucked up too. Because that's what they do with these kids. They mess with them and all this shit, and then you become older, and then you do it to everyone else.
Or you're just loose because you got money, and girls come over to your parents' fucking massive mansion, so you just do whatever the fuck you want with
and
girls.
Also, JM brought this up too. He claims he never drank at all and never did any drugs.
I love when you posted that. You're like, yeah, but he doesn't drink or smoke weed.
Yeah, he'll fuck your 15-year-old daughter though. Fucking idiots. People suck, dude.
Yeah, but think about that. Like, how many? If you grew up and you had friends, like me and Kat were talking about this. If you grew up and you had friends, you probably drank and did drugs. You at least tried them.
Yeah,
Yeah. But there would always be that one guy who was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna hang out and." Yeah, you're a weirdo, dude. Everybody else is trying it. Not that you should be. It sounds so horrible, but.
Well, the same for kids.
Try it.
Yeah, just try it, dude.
Relax.
Yeah, because it'll probably turn out better for you.
I smoked weed. It was a blast.
Yeah, but that guy never did, and it just that's not the norm. So he never, he's never been out of his head at all. He's never been. He's never had to like get hammered and feel super horrible about himself the next day. He's never had to like take 10 bong hits and then have to like have a religious experience.
I'm trying to fuck 16-year-old girls. What's wrong with me?
What the fuck am I doing?
What am I
doing?
Delete
everything. Yeah, like he never had that. He never had those realizations.
Yeah.
Also, too,
I think that's a part of life is doing all that stuff.
Brian Callen is I remember back in the day there was someone made a whole video about how Brian Callen's father was in the CIA or is a high-ranking CIA official or some shit like that, right? Mm-hmm. And he lived in. You ever hear his story about how he lived in all these different?
Yeah, he's from like the Middle East. He's been in Russia.
Yeah.
So I mean, dude, like you can think whatever you want about that, but the deeper you go into it,
I think
seems weird.
From Brian Callen's reaction, seeing the fighter and the kid, I saw the clip where he addresses it and Brendan Schaub starts crying. I think Brian Callen's going to get pulled into this a lot deeper than anyone else.
Yeah, I think Schaub, he might have just been along for the ride.
Of course, he's the guy in the background. I was like,
I'm the dude. Yeah, I'm punch it hard. You know,
he's hilarious. I love Brian Callen, but like he could definitely be. He's always the one he's like, I read The Economist, CNN, CNN.
Yeah,
that's
Eddie, you watch CNN?
You watch CNN?
He said CNN. And then also too, he supposedly, according to that video, he deleted a bunch of his stuff. He's starting to
Well, everybody's cutting ties of everything with Christopher.
Hey, we got to wait and see what happens. I heard Dr. Disrespect got kicked off Twitch.
Yeah, but I started looking into that and was going to text you last night. They his sponsors, G Fuel, dropped them, but then they reinstated them. And then I think it's either going to be something not as serious as everyone's making it, or it's a gimmick. But
to kind of, I think Dr. Disrespect could be on his own website.
Yeah, and then that might, I don't know. I think he's the best that does that stuff as far as an entertaining platform. Yeah. But he did tweet out that he just said, I'm waiting on Twitch to tell me what I did. Yeah. And then there was another streamer that said the same thing where he's like, I talked to Doc, and he was like, I don't know what's going on. It'll be interesting to see what unfolds this week with that. But I was like, come on, tell me this guy's not fucking kids.
Yeah, that would be really upset.
Yeah, come on,
that would really upset me.
Enough with that, man.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Jeez. That's really throwing shit off, man. It's cramping my style.
Yeah, there's plenty of good-looking girls in their 30s, guys. Come on.
I don't know what dudes are. I mean,
is there though? Really?
All right, mid-20s.
It's starting to thin out.
Go down to Cocoa Beach, dude.
Cocoa Beach.
Yeah,
I gotta get the fuck out of this area.
Some girls with
I was jealous of you traveling.
We're going to El Paso. Segue.
That was
we're going
deep.
to.
Thank God to get out of that.
Yeah. Ooh, I think I made it out all right. I don't know.
We did good.
We're canceled, dude. Hey guys, just to let you guys know, it's been great doing these last 13 episodes.
we pictured more. We thought we'd get to 25.
Dude, don't look back at the Finishers podcast, old Finishers podcast, dude. Who knows what I said? Just kidding, nothing crazy. Just basically talking shit on bloggers and stuff. But July 19th, we're going to El Paso, Texas. Now, Texas is also another epicenter of coronavirus. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. I'm really hoping it goes down, but I think it should, unless they fucking close.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're just, they said restaurants and stuff, and they didn't say all restaurants, so there could have been one restaurant that closed. But I mean, I don't think it would affect them running the show. I mean, is it going to be open to the public?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I saw it Fight to Win. Shout out to Rene Sousa. Yep. Picked up a win at Fight to Win in Dallas. He went down there with his girl. And, it looked like there were a shitload of people in the background, just everybody wearing masks. So Finishers tournament's not requiring masks, but everyone is going to sign a waiver.
Skylift.
Yeah, just a skylift. We'll go over and check it out. Pump for the Finisher tournament. That's the week before we go to El Paso. It's a Sunday, July 12th, from an undisclosed location. We're going to film it and then upload it later, which is cool. Got a Sean working hard on all the graphics and all that shit for it, so pumped up about that. There's a lot of barn burner matches. Excited. A lot of people just pumped to fucking compete because there hasn't been shit going on, and the Finishers tournament is bringing it to you. And people are like, you're taking a huge risk by doing this. Yes and no.
Life is a risk, I know.
Yeah. And think you have to a little bit, If we just sit back on our hands and stuff, we'll just be like everybody else, but we're just going to...
Yeah. Dude, JM and Zach are so cool. Like, those guys do, like, such cool shit, And then it's the same people that are like, well, don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, a lot of people...
Gotta go do stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people opposed a lot of decisions I've made. So.
Yeah, you're going to rent a place and people are going to sign up to kickbox? I remember fucking people telling me I was an idiot to open a martial arts school. You're a fucking retard. You're a fucking idiot.
Well, that is true. Yeah, I mean, people told us that too. But, people
have been doubting us this whole time, this entire time.
It's like calculated risk, wouldn't you say? Like, you're not going to it's not like I'm waging all of my money.
Or texting 15-year-old kids.
Yeah.
I just don't like when people doubt. Like, I've told a couple people about what I want to do after here, and they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, that's why you have a 9-to-5.
Do not listen to anyone.
Doing anything. Yeah.
Do not listen to anyone. My own family, I don't listen to. I'm the one in the driver's... Like, the future of my family is right here. I'm the one taking the wheel from here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
Yeah.
I'm the guy. It's me. You know.
We got to. It's like, you know, a tough thing. Like I don't even, and it's hard because I want to tell my mom and dad sometimes about stuff, but I just
stop.
No, it's better to.
I just leave them out, and I just gotta, because everybody will just, between them and just everybody will just be like, you guys really need to, like, dude, I'll get flagrant messages from people like, you know what you guys should do? You guys should do this, this, and this. I'm like, man, I don't know, dude. Our thing's doing pretty good. Other people are going out of business. We're making moves. We're flying all over the place. I'm getting leads out the ass, but I'm going to listen to you.
You had to tell people no for being in the tournament. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there was an overwhelming amount of people that are like, yeah, I'll go do that. So why is it a bad idea if everybody wants to fucking do it? Because one person tells you, oh, man, you know what you shouldn't do? Something that'll put a lot of eyes on your business and maybe make you more money.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's good to have,
suck,
it's good to have a dissenting opinion. So you do have an open mind. Like it's
Yeah.
good to have someone like, what, you know, this stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't even fucking think about that, because that happens a lot.
Two of my
know?
buddies will just always play devil's advocate with me, and they'll say, hey, look, I'm not disagreeing with you. Here's the other side to that. And it's great, but I call those two people for that. I'm not going to listen to somebody I don't know on Instagram messaging me, telling me to do stuff.
Yeah, I do. Those are the ones, but I'm doing way better with that, man. I'm just like, even since I went to Florida and I got like a nice reset and we got to go a little
Nobody's successful is listening to other people.
Exactly.
Nobody's successful doing that.
Yeah.
What, like, because then also, too, like, one reason I don't want to be on here as much as I have to, but I have to because I'm always promoting shit and answering messages and stuff. One of the reasons why I hate doing it is because I don't want to get influenced by other people's shit, and that's one of the reasons why I unfollowed a lot of guys. And you know, they'll be like, "Oh, well, you're just creating your own narrative because you only want to see the shit you want to see." But I don't even want to see half the shit. I want to see moves from my guys and maybe some cool shots of people's families and stuff. But besides that, I don't even want to be on it. I don't want to look at other people's moves. I like sometimes like I don't even want to look at people's shit because I don't want to be thinking about, oh, I should be trying this or I should be trying that. Then you're already trying to catch up. I'm doing this thing, you know, and you know, just kind of like
me and you have been doing it long enough now where we don't need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That day is done. You know, like we can figure it out for ourselves. I think we've proven that.
Yeah, we've had to tell a couple people that too, and that's some good advice. Like sometimes you feel like you have one thing that doesn't go your way or whatever, and right away you want to scrap the whole thing. It's like, maybe just not scrap the whole thing, but just go back and, you know, train harder, work harder, you know, put yourself out there in different areas and work on your weaknesses and stuff. I know I got to do that shit myself, dude. I know with my back being fucked up and stuff, I keep saying it, but I'm like doing okay, but I could be doing way better, you know, with taking care of my body. And I know that, you know, my wife is always busting my chops like, oh, you didn't, you know, you should be doing this, should be eating. Sometimes I take her advice, sometimes I don't, but I got a lot of things I want to work on myself. But it doesn't mean like just scrap your whole shit. Like just go back and fucking keep working on it, you know, just keep busting your balls. But that's the thing. It takes a long time to get good at something. It takes a long time to be successful. And that's why people don't want to do it. And then when they see someone else doing it, for some reason, their first initial thing is to want to shit on it. And that's the wrong way to go about it.
Nice.
It's the truth.
Yeah. I'm lucky that I do have a lot of support and a lot of stuff that I do, but
well deserved though.
Yeah.
Well deserved. It's not like we don't earn that.
yeah.
You also start making the groups around you smaller the more you go, and like just kind of like, I don't know, like I think it's important to keep some people that'll give you a devil's advocate, but I also enjoy like how much you guys brought to even what I'm learning to just keeping you around me. So it's like if you keep the right people around you and you make that group smaller, and when people tell you, that's fucking crazy, great, cool, man, I'm doing this,
Yeah,
get
you go
the fuck
wear a
out
mask
of here.
and shop at Walmart.
Get the fuck out of here.
Go ahead.
It's just I don't know, and it like what you said, it takes years. It takes to build up confidence to move stuff forward. But when you have that path, once you start being like, oh, we will do it, you just all the people. It's just noise. Get the fuck out of here. I'm doing it anyways.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, like, you know, maybe, you know, then here I'm in like Cocoa Beach, like teaching a seminar to like 30 people, you know, and I'm just like, all right, listen, like, I don't know what you guys, this is what I'm working on because this is what I'm concentrated on right now. And, you know, you just give them what you got, and people are like, oh man, thanks so much, dude, I'm going to use that, you know, but you don't make everybody a fan, but you don't have to, you know, and those people you just, like you said, just you watch CNN, I guess, you know, you do your thing and I'll do mine. You know, I never really, dude, I don't ever come out and tell people how to do it. That's what kind of makes
I don't
you
care.
crazy.
I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention to anyone else's stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention to anyone else's stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, this sounds like the Old Finishers podcast.
Yeah, still pretty much is. They have the fight's been really good. Dustin Poirier, holy shit.
That was crazy.
I'm glad he beat Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker is cocky as fuck.
Me too, yeah.
He was like, ooh, you know what I mean? I'm glad Dustin put him in a spot a little bit.
Yeah, when it was over, Dustin walked over.
Yeah, he let him know.
You thought you were going to walk through me?
Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Dustin, I mean, the pace they put on for 25 minutes was ridiculous.
And then Hooker had to like get on a knee to get up, and I'm not saying I would have done better, but like he stood over him like... You told everyone you were going to fucking do that shit to me.
Yeah.
And then Hooker put his hand out and
down.
he started talking more shit to him.
Good.
It made me a bigger fan of Dustin.
Yeah, no,
you
me
forget
too.
how good he is because he's
Savage.
had a little bit of a break.
I wouldn't think I just ever watched a lot of his fights or was a big... I mean, I wanted him to beat Khabib. That would have been cool because he almost guillotined him. But yeah, he must have a sick guillotine because he was trying to.
He went for like 3 of them in that fight. You know what I mean? And going for guillotines in a 25-minute fight, that's a bold move.
I know.
Selling out on guillotines, that's takes that out of you. You know what I mean?
His guard was decent, dude. He didn't get beat up. Yeah.
He was supposed to fight. Remember, he was supposed to have a match against Gary Tonin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That'd have been interesting, but yeah, Gary Tonin should fight him MMA. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I wonder what they're gonna. I wonder
That'd be
what they'll do with Dustin now.
Well, there's Gaethje's got Khabib. There's Tony. There's
Dustin
at
Poirier,
55.
that was sick.
At 55, it's 50 making a living fighting at 155 in the UFC. That's a rough.
Yo,
one.
he was at one point. He was like, I was watching him in the corner the whole time. I had the sound turned down a lot because I don't like those commentators. But I was like, damn, like he didn't look tired to me. I mean, he was tired, obviously.
I saw Mike Bisping on YouTube the other day talking about how if you use jiu-jitsu in a street fight, he's like, don't use jiu-jitsu in a street fight. If you're using your 10th planet system rubber guard, you're losing. It's like. All right, Michael Bisping. You know what
Bisping
I mean?
has like one eye, dude.
Yeah.
I'll get him.
No, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's awesome. He's just, he's got his opinions and stuff.
Yeah.
That seems
why
to be
he's
working
popular,
for a lot of people. You're seeing more jiu-jitsu in the UFC than ever before.
Than ever.
Kay Hansen.
Ooh, that was sick. Yeah, talk about that one. That was just from overhook.
Arm bars, dude.
Yeah.
There ain't nobody better at arm bars than us. You know what I mean? Like, the arm bar, that's powerful shit.
Yeah, she like had an overhook. You know,
she just hopped over and then locked it. Just got her legs involved, and then from there she just found it, and then she ended up with a triangle armbar.
She knows that back triangle. Yeah, because you could tell what's his name, Andy.
Well, because you're going in the UFC and you're fighting. You're a jiu-jitsu specialist. You're used to fighting another jiu-jitsu specialist. You go in the UFC, you're fighting like especially the women. That's like a striker, striker wrestler, and you're 80% jiu-jitsu. You strike, but if I get a hold of you, I'm gonna throw jiu-jitsu holds on you, and it's just they have no fucking clue. They don't put time into leg locks. They don't put time into like EBI overtime. Like that shit is important.
Yeah, guys are fucking that up big time.
Big time. They should be hiring people like us to fucking work their camps and shit. Like you're fighting Damian Maia and you're not working your rear naked choke defense and shit. It's like we're gonna box him, okay? Like he's gonna end up on your back.
Yeah,
he's gonna end up on your back.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like in the future. I mean, again, not to sound cocky, but dude, me and JM should be coaching. We have our own guys, but honestly, man, like I see some of these guys with their coaches and shit, and not to say anything bad about them, but they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're like, oh, this dude, he's a fucking black belt.
He's the best coach ever.
I don't want to disrespect anyone's school, but some Brazilian name. Not that Brazilians are bad, but some crazy thing. You're like, oh, this guy's the man. He's the fucking. And then we watch him, and I'm like, dude, the guys that he's coaching don't know shit, dude. They don't know how to defend rear naked chokes. Don't you think? If you saw there was one like camp specifically that is their best thing is arm bars and rear naked chokes. Yeah, heel hooks are starting to happen. Like you said, way more jiu-jitsu in UFC now. But arm bars and rear naked chokes are like the number one things that happen in UFC. A lot of times it's more basic than anything. If you get someone's back, like there are guys in 10th Planet that like they're not that good at everything else yet. But if they got your back though, they'll choke you the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah. How bad do you think things got with Mike Perry to the point where he came out with nobody? Like, I
think that was an awesome decision. Yeah. For a guy like Mike Perry, I think that's a great decision.
I mean, his shit, he does the entertainment shit up to the fight, but his post stuff was so good, and he kind of called a couple of coaches out for just screaming at the fighters, and this isn't the first time. Like, you kind of seen this whole thing escalate. Like 3 or 4 fights ago, he started bitching about it. He was like, this motherfucker's telling me to throw a punch. He's like, I'm just trying not to get knocked the fuck out. And then it goes to the point now where he came out with nobody, and it seemed like that was the best option for him.
For him, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'll win. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I don't know if you go.
No,
all the
I
way.
But he
understand
said
it.
he goes, I'm going to start looking for camps, and he said, well, what's awesome now is he's going to start training with Yoel Romero because he said he's coming after fucking what the fuck's his name? The dude who's been talking, Darren Till, and he's like,
he hates Darren Till.
Well, I guess they started trolling that he said something about, I guess Darren Till said something about his girlfriend or something, and then it's just that's the. Mike Perry's definitely a loose fucking candidate.
Yeah, you gotta watch your mouth.
But he was
man.
like, yo, man, he goes, if
You don't
I
say
see,
shit about someone's girlfriend.
Guys feed off that shit.
Yeah.
They want you to say something. I do.
But
I'm hoping someone says something.
He goes, if I see him, he goes, we're fighting. Not like, hey, we'll set a fight up between you two. He's like, I'll fuck him up when
That's
I see
an
him.
old classic. Those old voicemails. I won't say who, but
I've been living my life like that for years now.
Listen, if I see you, there's no words. I'm just gonna attack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
what he
it's like,
said.
you better be ready.
He goes,
dude.
I'm just making it public now. He's like, I'm gonna get a hold of his
Don't
eyeball.
let us get close together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna poke him in the eye and we're gonna fight. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But I thought it was cool. Perry said a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. What did he
Shouts
say?
to Mickey Gall for fighting that fight. That guy's a savage. Mickey's
Scary,
just, on to the next one for Mickey. I'm excited to see him keep going.
Yeah, they gave him a lot of props.
Jim
too. I was
Miller
watching
armbarred
Selman.
somebody.
That was sick, dude.
That was a sick armbar.
That's what I'm saying. Jim Miller trains with Brian McLaughlin. Shout out to Brian McLaughlin up there in New York. I know they're getting held out by their dictator, Führer governor themselves up in. He's like in some fucking bumblefuck area in New York where like no one's had coronavirus, but they lumped them in with this New York City. He's like in Poughkeepsie or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Some crazy place. And he's like, what the fuck? So he's really having a hard time, but I think they're back up and running. But Brian, he's run his own schools, got a ton of members, and he's been one of the staple jiu-jitsu I mean, obviously me and JM felt right away, we're like, oh dude, we got to train with this guy, we want to be
I've been training with
affiliated
Brian McLaughlin since he's been like a brown belt.
yeah, we want to be affiliated with Brian as much as possible. He was on the UFC, he won his fight, but I think he won his fight on the Ultimate Fighter, but got his nose broken, so he didn't continue. And then I don't know what happened. Maybe UFC
They offered him a contract and he turned it down.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to do it.
You
He
don't
wanted
want
to
to
be
fight.
more of a coach.
You don't want to fight in the UFC. I don't want to fight in the fucking UFC,
for like
dude.
back then too, he would have been making $0.
You know what
and
I
he
mean?
already won a bunch of fights. He's choked out Wilson Hay. He's competed in jiu-jitsu against everybody. Went against Ryan Hall, didn't he?
Beat Ryan Hall, yep.
He's an animal, And
Yeah, dude. People talk so much out of their ass about all this shit. It's crazy. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about.
yeah, Brian.
They don't even know what
Brian's
the fuck.
been around forever, and he always comes to Eddie Bravo seminars.
Ryan Hall's like obviously super awesome, and his jiu-jitsu's insane. But like everyone's acting like he beat BJ Penn was like the greatest thing to ever happen. He heel hooked a fucking jiu-jitsu black belt. That shit happens all the time,
Yeah.
dude.
Who doesn't ever
Come
do heel
on,
hooks?
BJ Penn's trying to fight people.
Yeah.
He's not trying to fucking heel hook people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're trying to fight.
Yeah, he wants
like
to
if
fight, yeah.
if there was a bunch of heel hookers in the UFC, no one would fucking watch. Sorry, no one gives a fuck. No one cares. Eddie's totally took out heel hooks. He had to fucking make dudes fight like this.
Yeah.
No one cares. No one cares.
Every now and then, someone will still pipe up about like the finishers team tournament that like weren't.
Dude, I'll fucking punch people in the mouth. So let someone fucking say something while I'm around. It never happens when I'm around. Complain when I'm around,
dude.
And we'll have an honest talk because I've been doing martial arts twice as long as you.
And
shut the fuck up.
You know what's also funny too? We'll be somewhere and like someone will start saying something, and it'll just be like, "What are you saying?
Yeah, what'd you say
about that?" And they'll be like, how many times we had to check?"
Yeah, we were
people?
down in Florida, and then some guy we were at a jiu-jitsu tournament, and so there's no Tiger Schulman's guys there except me and Zach, because that's where I got my start, and those guys are savages, fucking fighting in the UFC. It's always anytime you see a Tiger Schulman's guy, it's fight of the night.
I didn't see that
Weird.
other night. The one night I think I was out to dinner or something, but didn't Shane fight?
Yeah, Shane fucking fought Emmett.
Oh right.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
right?
that was a
and
fucking
then Lyman,
banger
too.
Yeah, they just get hit a lot. Lyman got taken down at the end of the fight. It's just same old shit.
I didn't even see that fight.
It's the same old shit. But like this guy's talking shit on someone that he didn't think was gonna be there, and we're just like, dude, who the fuck are you talking about? Like, dude, it's like you're not gonna.
You're
These
like, you
guys
ever
are
been
crazy.
one?
I never say
No.
anything disrespectful, like about anyone. Like I do, but like you know what I'm saying, like not like that. It's like I never act like someone's not legitimate, and then people got their fucking head up their ass. These heel hook guys got their head up their ass like they're God's gift to fucking fighting. And it's like, dude, we had to put some boxing gloves on you. You fucking piss yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I can't stand shit like that.
That's one thing that I'm so glad that and why I started in Tiger Schulman's, and I
know how to fight.
Yeah, because I can actually fight somebody. Because would I use a heel hook in a fight if we were going at it? For sure, 100%. But that's one of many weapons that I might try to break or destroy you with. Not like you got one option.
Yeah, there's
that's
guys,
it.
PhDs in heel hooks, and they're good. I mean, you gotta hit them with a baseball bat or something. Shit, you know what I mean? Like,
I love choking those guys out, though. That's the thing.
Yep.
Like, yeah, you may have, but if we had to start from standing, like if this was like a fight, like forget martial arts in general, but if this was an actual fight, I'm probably gonna fuck you up.
Yeah,
you know what
stomp
I mean?
your head, punch you in the face while you're trying to leg lock me. I just shared a video where a guy just fucking backfisted a guy like this.
I saw that too.
We don't talk about this ever, but I'm like, one of my best moves is just bitch slapping people right from seated, like just
I know,
bitch slapping. And
well, you know what though? Back in the day, there were times when you fought in those COCs, the Challenger Champions that Tiger Schulman used to have, when they would it would be a 6-minute fight, 6 minutes straight fight. No round. You know what I mean? It was just 5 or 6 minutes straight, and you wore MMA gloves, and you could take the guy down, and you could, if you hit the ground, you wrestled for a minute. If you stood back up, you went for another takedown.
Yeah.
The minute started over.
Submissions were legal.
Yeah, and submissions were legal. You know how many times where I'd have a guy down where he'd be like covering up, trying to get up, and I'd just be wailing him from the side, or I would be on my back and I'd be defending myself, and the guy'd be trying to thing, and I get like an overhook and just wail someone in the gut real hard.
Yeah.
Or just punch him in the side of the helmet, even though you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah,
but,
strikes change everything. I don't know. It's just people talking down, but they never talk down when I'm around. Like I got,
we're fired up, dude. We're fired
Monday,
up,
dude. I got 3 coffees in me. I'm riding motorcycles, having birthing sons and shit.
Yeah, and beating up heel hook guys.
Yep.
There's gonna be a lot. Dude, the Finish Storm is gonna have a lot of good.
That's
a lot of good
sick.
matches. There are some really good heel hook guys in there, but no disrespect to those guys. But I'm probably gonna vote for the guy who's trying to pass and choke.
How far out is the tournament?
Just like 2 weeks, something like that. Yeah.
Exciting.
Dude, the card is sick. I was sharing stuff. I was like sharing one, and then I'm like, man, like I'm training this guy. I'm training. Basically, my job right now is to train everyone that's doing the Finishers tournament. Not train them, but like train with them.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And just they're asking me. I'm talking to them about their opponent. I'm rolling with them. You know what I mean?
Who do you got in the main event? Is there a main event you're throwing down?
Yeah, Frank Rosenthal versus Andrew Alexander.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, they're both obviously really good black belts. Gonna be cool, right? And Frank, he's we've competed against him a million times. He's a beast. He's competing the following weekend in the Jiu-Jitsu overtime too. So
yeah, we'll see him in El Paso.
Yeah, so he wants to compete there too. And there's a bunch of guys. I might actually have a match too between PJ Barch and Garrett Lavaggi. That would be a really good match too, because PJ might be coming in.
PJ's exciting as fuck.
Yeah, we got Ray, is competing.
Beast.
And then we got some people coming up from 10 Planet Miami, which is pretty dope. We got like a bunch of the younger guys in, like Eric, who's been training with us. Why can't I say us? Training with us a bunch. Eric Naples, Julio. He's been training with us.
Fantastic training right now.
Yeah.
A lot of brown belt, a lot of hungry ass brown belts coming through.
A lot of people's schools, aren't totally open yet. Other places, so like a lot of guys are making even an hour drive coming down from places to just train with us. And I contacted a bunch of girls to come down and train with Grace. We brought, because it's different. Grace, when she trains with me and JM and the other guys, it's good, but she also needs to go with girls that are her size.
Yeah.
People that are like her weight and everything.
Yeah,
so,
and that strength, you want to get used to that speed strength kind of ratio.
Yeah, so we got Catherine to come down, Catherine Ivy, Jess Feliciano,
Chrissy's been training a bunch.
Christine Briggs.
She's really good. I like her.
Yeah, Chrissy Briggs. So we got, I talked to a bunch of the girls like, hey, come down here, train with Grace. We need, who else am I going to get for? Locally, there's nobody, that's Grace's size, that she could really train with, like, around this area. So these girls come from Jersey or Delaware or whatever, and they've all competed in the Finishers before, which is cool. So, and that's the thing, like, that's what's so cool about the Finishers tournament. We've got a relationship with all these different people that, like, okay, we need, we got to bring in a couple ladies to train 2-3 times a week to train with Grace. Boom, they're in. We need big ass dudes, to train with these guys. Boom, we bring these guys in, and then we have our own crew. Like Will is on the card, he's killing it. Will Gracia, Ryan Appleby's competing in his first super fight at Finishers. One of our heavyweights. He's been training with Carmelo Marrero. Used to run Top Team around here. Has been training with us a bunch. So shout out to Mello. He's the man. Those guys are fucking huge too. They're always bringing in huge guys. Thor's got a whole 10 Planet Out. This is off topic of that, but 10 Planet Allentown's back up and running. So I heard the average weight of guys over there is like 200 pounds. Yeah. Smaller place, bigger dudes.
Makes sense to me.
So they're all throwing each other
we knew
around.
that was going to happen. It's awesome.
Yeah,
it's
I think
perfect.
Eric Shaw is going to get a match. Coachel's fighting. We got some of the Long Island guys, 10 Planet coming down. We're having a little EBI shootout. 8 guys. Quinn, our guy Purple Belt Quinn, who's like built for that tournament. His OT's real good. So it's like funny. Like we're gonna see. Like you better be practicing that overtime rounds. That's what gets you good. We're doing that shit all the time. I get fucking beaten at. It's hard to like. I feel it's really hard to tap me in like a regular roll. Like if we're just rolling.
Yeah, you never end up on my back.
Get out of shit.
You would never end up on my back.
But when we do those OTs, I get fucking subbed, dude. Like Sid even got me an arm bar the other day. I was fucking tired, and I'm like, he ain't gonna get me. Oh no, shit, he got me. Yeah,
armbar is real strong.
No, armbars are jacking me up.
I knew
yeah.
armbar was. I knew armbar was strong, and then I saw at the last Combat Jiu-Jitsu when because guys, I hate the whole thing where they just hype guys up like you're expected to win, because it's not like that. Guys that don't compete think it's a certain way, but when you fight, you lose, and if you win and lose, that's how it goes. But the guy who won the whole thing last time, armbarred first round, overtime. Guy picked armbar and just couldn't get
Elias Anderson or whatever.
Yeah, it's like that armbar is fucking strong. There's
there's levels to armbars.
Ankles crossed.
Yeah, that's huge.
I don't armbar anybody.
Armbar, but dude. My arm has been fucked up so bad so many times now. Like when I'm doing the
just
OTs.
Tap early.
Yeah, no, but not from the OTs. I'm just saying it's like I had that one MMA fight where I let that guy bend my arm.
Yeah, that was bad.
Real bad. So now, like, if my arm goes like this, if like I'm like tap, you know what I mean? It doesn't even get straight anymore. You got it. I just got to get out before, I'm getting fucked up in OT rounds, dude. Someone got me an arm triangle the other day off it. Someone fucking got me in a. Someone choked my fucking nose off. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers. Everybody, but that's to everybody at our school in our advanced class training hard. We got a ton of new guys too.
I love it too because when you come in, when visitors come in from class, there's no talking. There's no, we're doing this and that and check this move out and I gotta, wax poetically about jiu-jitsu for you. We just no, start on your back and fucking go. And dudes don't make it. Like it's a 2-hour class of live drills and rolling, and dudes break, and I love it.
Yeah, advanced when it's 2 hours.
People just show up to advanced class and think they're gonna hang. I'm like, you ain't. I'm gonna send my 15-year-old to just wear on you.
Even the younger, I love seeing that too. When there's like the teenagers are out there just fucking rear naked choking like grown men and shit.
Yeah.
Like imagine how good, because I do with the kids too. We do with the kids. Takedown. You do takedowns. You do warm up. You do your drills. You get your technique. So that we're still learning, you're still drilling. But then, a good portion is just in advanced anyways, is just live. Beginner class, you don't go live at all really sometimes.
And if you're not, there's no way you're going to get good at that not paying and going to jiu-jitsu class. You're not going to, you could buy all the DVDs, you can do all the internet research and go on forums. If you're not actually practicing on a resisting person, no dummy is going to do it. You know what I mean? It's not the same. Not the same thing.
It's not though. It's not, and that's why we got Mike. And since we've been doing that, dude, my rear naked choke feels. And I never rear naked choked dudes back in the day. I always had other submissions because I thought it was too hard. But now that we practice it over and over again, now you're like, dude, there's no better feeling than RNCing a guy. You know what I mean? The rear strangle.
Yeah, I'm all about the armbar. All about it.
And then arm bars. Dude, armbar is the upper body heel hook, dude. Get that in your mind. But guys won't. They just like heel hooks too much.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Let's grease up them legs,
No one
baby.
gives a shit. No one cares.
What day? Today is Monday. I'm back. It's noon. I think I'm getting a actual bike, like not a motorcycle. I was gonna ask you about that, like an actual riding bike today.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're like
you can blow a good amount of money on a bike.
Just a regular, I think it's so it's this one
like
place. I have to
bike.
look up the name of where it is, but what they do is they get these bikes and it's like a donation, it's a charity thing. They redo these bikes and then you go over there and you give them a donation, and you get to pick out of all these bikes. So I don't know exactly what kind. I think they're like road bikes that can just cruise around.
You can find like the in-betweens, which I wish I would have got. I mean, I went heavy into the mountain bike, but I wish I would have hit the middle where you can still rail trail. I mean, I can probably switch the tires up on that, but
yeah, I want to be able to go on the trail.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I think we're going to be doing that. But I also, my wife's been wanting a bike forever, so we're finally getting it. But how's the cycle?
It's beautiful.
It's fun. I love that bike.
I just got it
cool.
just to not be on my fucking phone. If I'm driving, I can be on my phone. I've been driving Nazareth roads for, a while, so I'm still like fucking emailing and texting and Instagramming.
Yeah, that was nice too. I was gonna say, even just driving a different car in Florida, I don't fuck with my phone because I'm like, oh wow, that looks cool. Ooh, look at this.
Yeah. Motorcycle, you gotta pay attention. I'm not trying to be like some speed freak and do wheelies and shit. I putt around the local roads and fucking stall out at red lights still, and I'm a white belt. People are like, don't do. Dude, it's everything. Everything I fucking do. It's you can't. No, you might die. It's like, you guys, I don't want to live like that. This whole fucking thing, dude. But yeah, motorcycles are fucking awesome. It's it's a hobby. It's jujitsu, motorcycles, guns. Bow and arrows. What else? I want to throw axes.
Pew, pew, pew. They have an axe throwing thing down in Easton, don't they?
Yeah, but they're herbs that run that shit. I don't know those fucking people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to. Nah, no thanks. I'll throw axes in my backyard.
Yeah, also, too, if anyone knows any businesses that are open or like any locations, we'd love to open up a multitude of different type of businesses. Just holla at your boy. Like, if you're like, hey, man, over on Broad... Like, I know a lot of local people listen to this. If you're like, yo, over on Broad Street, there's a sick place. You don't have to worry about what it's going to be. Just send it over to Mike or me or JM and let us know. We'll go check it out.
There should. I mean, we just took a walk down the block and I saw like 4 places for sale right now.
That's what I'm saying. People are like, "Oh man, you're gonna open up another jiu-jitsu school? Don't worry about it. All right, I'm not. That's not necessarily what I'm trying to do.
Open up a Kinko's, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up a Kinko Biloba. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
You know what the fuck I mean?
I'm gonna have a matcha tea place.
Yeah. Curlington Boat Factory. That's what I'm gonna call it, dude. Just sell fucking boats, dude, and let Burlington Coat Factory sue me. See if I give a shit, dude. Yeah, but I got an interview. I got an interview with New York Fighting tomorrow, so that's cool. New York Fighting Magazine, or is that a radio show or something? Right?
It's a website.
Yeah, it's a website, so that's cool. I'm gonna do that. But we got stuff coming up. If you want to train, finishersmma.com. If you don't, stay in your basement, wear your mask, don't hit us up because it's not that type of place. If you want to boogie, you want to learn how to, defend yourself and your family, and
just
get your
be
shit
cool,
together.
be respectful, don't be in a rush. There's a lot of people wanting to come back to train right now. People hit me up like, I haven't heard anything back yet. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's like, you gotta wait your fucking turn, bro. Like, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't McDonald's. This is 2 of the best black belts to ever do it. Right in Bethlehem. All right? That's not to talk shit, but that's not to ever do it, but over the whole scope of all the spectrums, Learn heel hooks and open a school and let me know how it goes.
We got a lot of good things going on.
Yeah.
That's what we got. And with the options are there. If you want to fuck with us, you'll have the lanes that we're trying to keep open.
Be cool.
If not, I don't know what I can do for you.
Pay us what we ask and we'll do as we ask. Wear the right stuff. Clip your nails. Be clean. Brush your teeth.
Those are all the types of things that we're doing to try
Basic
to keep it.
Shit.
Yeah. To keep it all, together. I'm not going to be like wrestling around in dummies, but we will be... we keep the place
contactless
clean.
Training. A lot of people are going to be moving to that. You can go train over at the contactless place. I'm going to charge. It's going to, with contact is extra.
Yo, maybe we should have that. Like train, learn MMA with contact.
Yeah, with contact is another.
That's tough. What do you think about that contactless training?
There's going to be people training telling you they do MMA and it's contactless. There's a lot of doing that right now. It's pretty easy. You can figure out what schools are which.
Is that because of the coronavirus?
They were doing that before the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Now they just have a reason to do it.
Yeah.
You know how easy my job would be if it was contactless? I could just dress up in a fucking cool uniform with a black belt on and tell people kick, punch.
Oh, I'm sure there's a million.
No, we have to.
Cool.
Yeah, but how are they? We have to actually fight the guy that comes in.
Yeah, I have to grapple. The man starts on my back and has to choke me. That's every day. Sit down on the mat. The guy starts on your back, and I'll run through there's a room of 30 guys, and all 30 of them can't fucking choke me. Thor can. You know what I mean? Grace maybe in an armbar. Sid, like your best people will get you.
Yeah.
But that's the difference between a white belt and a black belt. A white belt will come in the class and do EBI overtime, and they'll get tapped every time. They're like, what? I'm getting tapped every time. And then the black belt is not getting tapped every time. He's tapping every time you're on someone's back and you're a black belt, you should be tapping them, right or wrong.
Yeah.
Right? You should be getting the dub. If you're the black belt master, you should be fucking strangling the shit out of third. It don't matter their size. You're on their back. What else you need? You know what I mean? You got everything you need. Better finish it. I don't know. We're training hard. It's fun.
We're fired up. We got shit going on. I don't know, Mike. What else? Anything? You got anything?
I have a lot going on. I have an intern interview today at 1:00.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I didn't know what that would be until I started writing down.
Who is like? Is it what kind of a kid? Is it like a how old?
21.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
What is he like a white kid? Is he like Indian? What is he?
It's a female.
Oh shit.
Friends with her father. She's home from Penn State. She did an intern last year.
That's
it wasn't
cool.
anything fun. This year, he was like, look, why don't you see if she can help you out? She's got a marketing major going into Penn State. I talked to her for a little bit on the phone, and then I was like, she's like, I have Adobe, I have an alien computer, and I was
Damn.
like, I was like going, I was trying to keep my composure, but when I got off, I was like, yeah. Help
for free.
So I started making a list of the things that she could do, and I was just like, it was literally
Sick.
like weight was coming off of my shoulders, and I was like, oh my God, I have so much time. So I'll probably have her helping us down here a little bit because I want to start showing her how to produce the show.
Awesome,
and then
man.
like set things up. So that's huge. I got new T-shirts coming out. The Governor Wolf shirts
Oh,
sold
yeah.
all right.
Those are
so
sick, yeah.
I put that order in. I'm still trying to keep up with the orders coming from Axelrad. More shows. We're bringing possibly a third show to the network. The guy Tyler Rothrock and Tim Frey and their friend Kate do Clicking and Screaming. So they're not really under anybody anymore.
What's that? Is that the thing I was on? I did some interview with him, or that was
No.
Lehigh Valley with Love. Or
Yep,
whatever.
he's no longer really affiliated with that guy.
Okay.
So
Thanks
he
to
wants-
Mike?
It was not thanks
Yeah,
to me.
putting the
It was
screws.
Thanks to that asshole doing what he does best,
Nice.
being a snake.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
So we had a meeting, and I think it'll fit. They want to do some live stuff, so I don't care because it's going to push me to learn how to do this stuff live now. So
Nice.
you know, I'm not opposed to helping them out if I'm going to learn something.
Oh
out
yeah,
of it.
for sure. We do that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm always like, hey
Yeah,
man,
they're local. The more the merrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're good
Exactly.
dudes. I work,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Tyler wants to put on an outdoor comedy show, so I've talked to a couple people at the Borough, which could be something that we could tie jokes and chokes to, or do something else. But there's an amphitheater in the park, and nobody uses it.
Well, we should. I'm gonna call Action Rental and then see about a big thing because we could do an outside comedy show.
We could be doing
and
jokes and chokes once a month or something.
And if we get that tent, we could have the mats outside, just to have an open mat, not even a tournament, just to have a thing where people come out, train, watch a comedy show. I think that'd be fucking cool.
Hell yeah.
I talked to the guy,
cart.
the guy who runs the park, because I brought up. I'm gonna redo the ramp. I shouldn't even say this because I don't want kids bothering me. But I'm gonna redo the ramps again, and that's all you're getting out of me because I'm not arguing with kids again doing that. And then when I was talking to him, I was like, hey, I got this idea. What if, because the amphitheater is like kind of like it needs to be repainted, needs to be power washed, needs shit that I could easily grab friends who want to promote businesses to do it. So I was like, what if we clean up your amphitheater area? Would we be able to start using that for stuff? And he's like, yeah. He's like, just get everything lined up that you want to do and have a plan, and then we'll start taking it to the board. So I think it's a good spot. It's, when you walk out there, it's like there's a space for chairs, but then there's the whole fucking hill.
I'm trying to picture it.
So we could walk it, but there's like you could just, like we're gonna tell everybody, just bring chairs and blankets.
That's an
and just
amphitheater.
sit the fuck out, and that's it. And then the stage, it's like it's lifted up. There's a stage there already. There's a big drop back for the wall, and then I'm just like,
Yeah, and then maybe
we've been
we'll-
wanting to do
yeah.
stuff there for a while.
That'd be sick.
Nobody
and then like at the
uses it.
end, maybe you get someone's band to come out and like play.
Well, we
at
were
the
going to
end
get
or
Trouble
something.
City, or I haven't even contacted them, but get Trouble City to be like the house band.
Yeah.
So then you have them kind of like play in between, and just they can play any style.
We could literally have an all-day event where you come in the morning. There's
Yes.
people like selling
You can
shit.
set up. Well, you could do. We'll walk it, but you can put. There's like a hill coming down to the amphitheater where you can just line up stuff, and
Yeah.
you just need a permit.
Yeah, we should be doing stuff
Yeah,
like that.
well, yeah,
But-
and we'll bring because you know what? Fuck Veg
can put
Fest.
a-
That
you can
shit's
put a-
stupid now, dude. They ruined it.
Yeah.
they ruined
They
it.
ruined everything.
Yeah, they did. The first year was awesome. We got like 8 people off it, and then every year it just got shittier and shittier. But yeah, then we could have the mats out there, and we could just bring 100 people there just by having an outdoor open mat,
Vendors
with
and
food.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we just had that's why I've been wanting to get that tent. If we just had a tent and everybody can train underneath, and then
I
you
put
could.
the promo out. I didn't get any fucking leads.
Me neither, really. Me neither. No
Nobody's
leads.
trying. Anyone
Yeah.
that got one of those tents ain't trying to get rid of it.
Yeah.
They're probably using it.
Yeah, let us borrow it though.
Yeah.
I'll
Or
rent
if you
that
go to,
shit.
Hey, man, we
probably
might-
go to Leasers, dude. The
You know,
fucking
that's
Leasers
right.
right on
We might be
191.
able to do the thing too. Is like, hey, we'll give you How much is it? All right, it's this much money. Cool. This is what it is. The sponsor will, we'll put you on a podcast. Maybe they'll trade advertising for it.
I'll call Action Rental. Fuck it.
Yo, guys, real men wear masks. Nancy Pelosi. Stupid bitch. Sorry, I just thought about that. Real men wear masks.
But that's it. I got a million things coming down the pipe. I'm got to be up at 5 every day to keep up with what I'm doing. I couldn't be happier with where I am.
Nice, man. That's good.
With my business and everything, and I'm glad I didn't stop working on this because I definitely don't want to be working a 9 to 5 cooking fucking cheeseburgers.
It's a good thing that you didn't listen to everybody when they told you not to do it.
Wear your mask, Mike.
And that's what we're telling you right now.
I have a sleeve to a T-shirt.
Don't listen to anybody. Trust your gut. It knows.
No, it's the truth.
Your gut knows.
We talked about it before you came down here. I said, I'm so glad I'm not stuck.
Yeah.
Being miserable. And I'm glad I was always that fucking miserable to push myself to fucking be where I want to be. I did it. I'm fucking running a business. Getting by,
you made it a while
whatever.
ago.
Yeah.
You made it a while ago.
But it's like I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. Spreading my schedule out, going on hikes, hanging out with my family, making money.
If you put the work in like you're doing, and if you think you are, you fucking are.
All you got to do is not fuck children, dude, and you're straight. And you got it. Yeah. You got this. Don't fuck kids, and you're going to be fine.
Yeah, that's a good T-shirt.
It should be a don't fuck kids. Yeah,
just put Delia on the back or something.
No, it's just dude. He's not the first. He's not going to be the last. There's a ton of them.
Andrew Schultz, he's my new favorite to watch on Instagram. Andrew Schultz, his stuff's great.
Nice. Oh yeah, I did see that, but I guess we'll close it up. I just got a message from Andrew said we got might have 6 or 7 new guys coming in for class tonight at 7.
Yeah, I'll be in. Yeah, I'm teaching that class.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So it's going to be packed out. Hey, people want to train. You know what? We got to give them the opportunity.
Motherfuckers got long arms and short pockets, or short pockets and long arms.
You motherfuckers got money. Yeah. Donate to the fund. So shout out also, real quick, we are still looking for sponsors. We do have a couple on the hook. One of our first sponsors is going to be Rubber Guard Assassin. So check them out on Instagram. They've been supporting us forever. And I'm sure when we actually talk about martial arts and not hooking up with young children, that he'll post those things on his thing. But
pedophilia is totally normal.
He's also really into he's right on the same level as us with the conspiracies and all that.
Well, that's the thing too, is I didn't even realize this is what I could send that Dropbox links to the sponsors to fucking post direct.
And he will too. His internet, check it out, man. They got over 50K followers. Yeah. And it's all about
awesome.
Rubber Guard, all about
that manipulates the algorithm, right?
Yeah.
Like when you actually have the actual video instead of reposting.
Yeah. You're supposed to change the name of the video and shit too, so Google just keeps,
Google and Apple Google might be one of the most evil companies of all time. Like if you're looking into what they're doing in China and shit, Google and Apple are teaming up to butt fuck us, 100%.
Yeah, lube up.
The COVID tracking on your phone, it's bad.
That's all we're saying, guys. Bad. Lube up and look into it.
Yeah, there's another shirt.
Look how hard we're getting fucked.
All right, that's cool.
Another shirt.
Peace, guys.
It was